Welcome in to Bountiful High School here on the KSL Sports Rewind Network. We have first round of high school playoff. The defending 5A state champs, the Bountiful Redhawks, going up against the Clearfield Falcons. I'm Brad Searle, pleased to be joined on the call with Dave Harrison. And Dave, we got some big news that we probably need to share. Let's get going right out of the gate.
Well, word on the street is Siaki Fekatoa is not playing tonight. He's got an injury, not a serious injury. They said he may have been able to suit up if they really thought they needed him, but they decided to sit him today. There is a chance that he did say if they had, if something happens in the first half, they did in the second half, that he'll suit up, but I doubt that'll happen.
Yeah, Coach was pretty adamant that he wouldn't be out on the field today. Clearfield Falcons will first receive the ball. Got Bryson Ridge and Cooper Kirkman back to receive. As the Bountiful Braves do their wave to get ready for kickoff.
Back to receiving at 26, Cooper Kirkman.
Nothing like high school football playoffs. There's, these kids, for somebody tonight, it's going to be their last game ever. And football's such an involved and tedious and hard sport that you put so much of your time and your effort into that when it's all of a sudden done in one night, that's a big night. So big night tonight for these guys, these seniors especially. They don't want it to end tonight. They want to be able to show up tomorrow, watch film, and get ready for the next week's opponent. So
yeah, Coach Caputo even shared that. He said, I coached to play another game for these seniors tonight. And we're underway. Kirkman brings that ball out to the left side, and it's brought down around the 25, and we'll see the first time the Clearfield Falcon offense, led by sophomore quarterback Rick Barlow. Looking at these two teams and the offense of the Clearfield Falcons, I asked Coach, I said, Coach, what is the one thing that you need for your offense? And he said, we need possession. We need to have that ball, and we need to be able to possess that ball to keep the Redhawks off the field. Yeah,
that's good strategy. Anytime you're an underdog in a game where you might be a little bit overmatched, possessing the ball is a huge deal. So we'll see if they can do that, keep the ball on the run, some short throws probably.
Barlow back, throws out to the flat.
Oh.
That's Lyric Kelly for the catch, the pickup of about a yard on that play.
One missed block there, just a little outside tunnel. The right side tackle, it looked like for Clearfield, had a beat on the DB, but just missed him, and he made the play. What could have been a nice 8 or 9 yard pickup, held the one. Good job by the Bountiful defense.
Barlow's got a number of weapons out here. Lyric Kelly and number 1 Landon Hiddle will be a prime target for him on this offensive side of things. Barlow surveys, rolls out to the right side, just throws it out of bounds. And Dave, that's probably a smart play right there by the young quarterback.
Yeah, he had plenty of time. It looked like it was a quick throw or a quick part of their quick game, and he just didn't get the ball out on time. He kind of held on to it, but he had plenty of time. He was able to bounce it outside. So a good job by the Clearfield offensive line giving him time. But Bountiful, they were playing coverage. They only had 5 guys in the box, and so anytime you've got 6 or 7 guys in coverage, it's tough to find a hole. So Clearfield 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, single coverage out on this bottom side.
Let's see if Barlow sees that, tucks that ball. He is under some pressure, and Barlow goes down for the first sack of the game for this Bountiful defense.
As a young quarterback, the biggest thing that you need to teach them is get the ball out on time. It may not be perfect. It may not look like, it looks like in 7-on-7 or whatever, but if you get the ball out on time, typically the play's designed that the receiver's going to be open if you do that. So he had a guy down here low. He didn't look at him.
Yep. Tayson Fisher doing the kicking duties for Clearfield. Looks like he might have got a hand on that. Short little kick. Ball ends up on the 45-yard line, where we're going to see the first time the Bountiful offense. And Dave, this offense at times can be very, very potent.
Anytime you're a run-heavy team and you're successful, it's a difficult proposition for a defensive coordinator to deal with because there's not a whole lot you can do. If you're getting beat up front, you're giving up 5, 6, 7 yards of whack, and it's tough to scheme against that. And then you bring safeties down, then all of a sudden you've got somebody wide open over the top. So we'll see what Clearfield comes up with. Look, they're playing. They got nothing to lose.
Junior quarterback Hudson Malrose will play action. He's got Max Feller with a short slant for a pickup of about 13 on that play.
Pass RPO, they worked on that. It was the first thing they did once they broke from their stretching. And they just read that outside linebacker. If that outside linebacker drops, comes down hard onto the fake, he throws it right behind that little slant route. And it's a really frustrating thing to watch if you're a defensive coordinator when your kids are coming downhill hard and they're reacting and they stick the pass right behind your ear. But, you know, it's a really tough offense, and it's successful for a reason. If you execute it right, it's tough to defend.
Got Zeke Murdoch in the backfield with Malmrose. Talked to Coach before the game, Coach Freckleton, and he said, you know, the running game today is just going to be done by committee. He's going to put a number of people, including Zeke Murdoch, will get a few carries. Dawson Alsa, possibly Connor Mertz, and Carter Brooks might help fill in on that running game for the Bountiful Redhawks.
Lined up offsides, Clearfield, just that's a mental error. Playoffs, everything is magnified. Every play matters a little bit more, and even though it's still first quarter, those 5 yards, they matter.
Malrose hands off to Murdoch. Murdoch fights his way up for about 4 yards.
Pretty good job up front by Clearfield's defensive line. They collapsed into the backfield and made the back bounce it a little bit, slowed down his progression, and picked up a couple of yards. That was Boston Martindale.
Yeah, let me ask you, Coach, with Fekatoa not playing, does the defensive scheme on the Clearfield side change at all?
Probably.
How do you change that so quick, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they're still going to try and stop the run. I think that's a big, anytime you play Bountiful, you got to stop the run. And so I don't know that there's a ton of change other than the fact that you don't have to deal with Fekatoa. And so you hope that there's not a letdown. You hope the kids don't think, oh, good, we don't have. So
nice little catch by Feller for another Bountiful first down.
Yeah, and Bountiful's way more efficient on the ground. And so you see Clearfield, at least until now, they've had a couple of safeties deep trying to force.
Goes back to Zeke up the middle, and Murdoch picks up about 3 on that carry.
Dax Taylor does a really good job that time for Clearfield. And look, if Clearfield's defensive line shows up and makes it difficult to run the football for Bountiful, and they force them to throw the ball, that's where they've had some turnover issues throughout the season. And, a couple of turnovers and anything can happen in a playoff.
Yeah, we talk about both these teams have young quarterbacks, and a sophomore and, Malmrose is a junior. You coached that side of the field for many, many years. What is the difference from one year to the other for these quarterbacks?
Well, a lot of it.
Oh, there it is.
Beautiful throw.
Beautiful throw, and he just scampers his way in. That's Dawson Alsop for the first touchdown for the Redhawks.
Really good read by the quarterback. Both safeties split, tight end right down the middle of the field. Or running back, a really nice throw. And, you ask, by the time you're a senior, you've been through sophomore games and JV games and lots of position meetings and lots of coaches meetings, and you start to understand. But really the biggest thing is that you work out with your teammates, and the confidence that comes when you work really hard in the weight room for a whole off season. It's really tough to measure, calculate.
And that kick is good. Not 7:43 left in the first quarter. Beat that on the board.
Coleman comes out and puts up the PAT, puts the Redhawks up 7-0 with 7:43 left in the first quarter.
Pretty good job with some play action there. Once they got inside the 20-yard line, Clearfield changed their defense, went to a man cover, brought the safeties down to try and help with the run, and that play action left
Drew
him
the
wide
guy,
open.
and boy, Alsop was wide open. In fact, he was so open that he kind of lost thought for a second, and he kind of had to scamper his way in.
Stumbled his way in, but he made it. Just wanted to make it dramatic.
6-6, right?
Yep.
Coleman will kick off for the Redhawks. Looks like once again we've got Ridge and Kirkman to receive on the Clearfield side. Kind of a line drive to Kirkman. He cuts up here on this left side, and boy, that Bountiful defense is right there to shut him down. That's number 4, Dawson Alsop, who just scored that touchdown. He's doing work on both sides of the field tonight.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of times you'll see the best teams in the playoffs put their starters back onto special teams because everything is magnified and so much more important. And really, that time, he ran down the field, nobody touched him. So Clearfield needs to do a little bit better job of picking up guys. A couple of guys double-teamed, and 2 of the Bountiful guys came down untouched. They've got to do a better job picking up those guys.
First down and 10 on the 20-yard line. Barlow hands off, and he's brought down immediately by big number 72, Manutia.
Yeah, he just needs to trust that block. That I think he felt the pressure coming from the outside, but if he tucks it right up inside behind that big guy, he's going to pick up 3 or 4 yards. You just got to trust your bigs. Trust that they're going to get there. Trust they're going to open up a hole, even if you don't see it.
Clearfield loses about 3 yards, will bring up a second down and 13. Play action, almost intercepted. That's a Siki Willis who, boy, I'll tell you what, I've watched him catch a number of those interceptions. One a couple weeks ago, took it all the way back for a pick 6.
Yeah, he just sat back from the safety position. Clearfield ran that same pass RPO look that we saw Bountiful run earlier, but it didn't fool Bountiful because, you know, if you can't run the ball, they're really not biting hard on that.
Would you like
action.
that ball to come out a little quicker then?
That's a tough throw. I mean, he's throwing it double coverage.
Double coverage,
yeah.
right? Okay.
But anytime you've got that RPO, it changes your timing just a little bit. So you either hope your receiver takes a little bit longer on his route.
Bring up a big third down. Barlow rolls out to his right. He's got a guy open. And it is, in and out of the hands of one, into the number, catch by Landon Hiddle. As
Kelly had it. He did a really good job, kept the play alive. Barlow kept the play alive, found his guy downfield. Bountiful does a good job dislodging the ball, and Hiddle comes up with the deflection. And
what a fantastic little tip drill performance by Hiddle.
I'd like to see Barlow just kind of settle down a little bit in the pocket. He's acting like there's more pressure than there is.
He hands off up to this right side. That's Julius Salima with the carry.
Pretty good job by the left side of the offensive line. They sealed the edge. Bountiful linebacker came downhill pretty well. But still, picking up a couple yards on the ground is good for Clearfield. They want the clock to run. They want to snap the ball with, under 10 seconds left on the play clock every time. I mean, if that's your game philosophy going into it, it needs to happen throughout, and it looks like they're doing that.
Second down on about 7. Goes right back up the middle and instantly taken down. That's number 5, Connor Mertz, for the shutdown.
Really good job that time. He read the quarterback, read the guards. He saw the pull, filled the gap right behind the pulling guard, blew that one up in the backfield.
to bring up a big third down for the Clearfield Falcons. You get a little bit of confidence on that play. It's going. Big third down would help this drive.
See if Barlow can settle his feet a little bit in the pocket and wait for his guys to get open. They're playing coverage. They're only rushing 3.
He drops. He's under just a little pressure. He gets that pass off. Once again, that's Kelly with the catch and picks up another first down for the Falcons.
Really good job there. He found a soft spot in that zone. I mean, they're dropping 8 into coverage. He had plenty of time. That time, Barlow did a fantastic job. And again, Kelly comes up with a big play. Clearfield going quick.
Yeah, 5'10", 170-pound senior in Kelly for the Falcons.
Again, you've only got 5 guys in the box. You would think they'd like to run this. They're running a little check with me where they look at the defensive alignment and the coach calls the play.
Right on cue, Coach. They run it. But, boy, that Bountiful defense is right there once again. That's number 72, Monodia.
Yeah, and look, if you're going to get blown up like that, it doesn't matter if you only have one guy in the box because he's going to make a play. Got to do a better job. They've done okay, but a little better job of controlling that because if you have 5 guys in the box and your coach calls a run play, man, your offensive line, they need to execute and make their blocks.
Bring up a second down and 13 for the Falcons. Barlow, quick pass out to the flat. Hittle picks up about 5 on that catch. Nice little play right there, Coach.
Kelly does a great job there. So typically when you teach your team how to block that play, you're looking for whoever's coming downhill. So whether or not there's 3 guys over there, the one that you have to make sure you take care of is the guy coming downhill, and they double-teamed him. Did a good job, picked up 5 yards.
Falcons set up quickly. Look over. Get the play from Coach Caputo on the sideline. He runs the defense on that side of the field. Play clock running down. Falcons has got to get this. Barlow under pressure, and he goes down. What a game that Monutio is having. Woo!
Yeah, he's having himself a ball game already, just halfway through the first quarter, and he's had at least 3 tackles for loss. And really, they've got to come up with a way, Clearfield does, of double-teaming him. Because if they don't, he's gonna do this all night long. He's figured out a way to beat his guy one-on-one. And
so does that happen at, let's say, the end of the first quarter? Or is that something that can be changed right away?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can change it right away, right on the sideline.
Oh, he was going for a 55-yard field goal. Lakipa Satuala picks that ball up. It's finally brought down at the 15.
Good break there for Clearfield. They attempt to. That's a smart play. You know,
nothing to lose there, right?
Yeah, they're going to get the ball at 25 anyway. You might as well. Good job coverage there. I mean, I don't think your field goal team typically practices coverage, and they did a good job in coverage there.
We've got 2:01 left in the first quarter. It looked like on that last play, the number of plays that Barlow was running, boy, he was running that game clock all the way down to 4 or 5 just to keep these Redhawks off the field.
Okay, they got 1 safety, but they're man coverage.
Hands right off here to the near side.
Little draw play there where they try and open a running lane up by dropping your quarterback 3 steps and then handing off.
And that's Easton Lowe. And Coach, before the game, told me that he's somebody that was hurt, hasn't got much action this year. They were going to give him the ball a number of times to help balance out that run game without, of course, Saiki Fekatoa.
It's always nice to find out who you've got behind him, you know, see him in real-time action.
Mamerle's hands right back off to Lowe, and Lowe breaks free. What a great little run. It picks up another first down for the Bountiful Redhawks.
Just straight zone blocking, downhill, inside zone. Bountiful does a good job resetting line of scrimmage. Clearfield's D-line, they had some nice plays on that first series, they need to step up and make a big play.
Yeah, they got big number 55, Tai Nuku, 6'1", 312 pounds. Connor Towers, 6'5", 225 pounds up there on that front line. Goes right back to Lowe. He cuts up on that far side, and whoa, he is wrapped up and taken down by Bryson Ridge.
Good job. Safety comes downhill, makes a tackle. They did really nice play. It's kind of a lead where they pull a guard and wrap him up inside to pick up the linebacker.
Bring up a 2nd down and 7. That ball about on the 36-yard line.
A lot of times the difference you see between your guy, your stud, and your backups are how many tackles they break.
Malmrose has got a guy over here to this near side. That's number 88, Corbin White, in on the action.
Another youngster, sophomore for Bountiful, makes a nice catch, just finds a void in that zone. Quarterback does a good job delivering the ball on the run.
Boy, coach is using a lot of different players so far in this first quarter. We got about 32 seconds and counting. Bountiful looks to get one more play.
Back in the cover 2.
Goes right back to Lowe. He cuts up to this near side. Oh, what a great tackle by number 7, Easton Harmon, for that Falcon defense.
Did a good job, got his hands up, shed his blocker, made a play. And, you know, a lot of times you're betting on your guy to make that block one-on-one on the outside. And if the defender doesn't get off that block, it's a lot of times big yards. So.
And that will do it for the first quarter. Bountiful Redhawks up on the Falcons 7-0. We'll be right back here on the KSL Sports Network. Welcome back in. Bountiful High School first round playoff action. Redhawks up 7-0 on the Falcons.
Really like to see somebody on the Clearfield defense step up, make a big play. I know right there Harmon made a big play on the outside. See if can't make something happen, a turnover.
Get a little momentum
tackle for loss, something.
That's Carter Brooks with the carry. Pick up about 8. Coach is sticking to his plan.
Yeah, good job up front.
He's doing it by committee.
You know, there are some coaches that talk about a run game and they want to implement a run game, but Bountiful, for as long as I can remember, they're going to run the ball, and they stick to it. They believe in it. And they're, you know, defending state champions.
Bring up a 3rd down and 3. Mamaros goes right back, and he is just gang tackled by that Falcon defense. Pick up. Looks like they're giving him a yard on that play.
Yeah, they went cover 0, brought everybody to the line of scrimmage. They were jamming all the receivers on the outside. They loaded the box up, and they won up front. So Bountiful, we'll see if they're going to go for it. 4th and 1, I expect they're going to go for it. Whether or not they feel like they have to, a lot of times in this situation, you're going to try and go on 2, get a jump, get the defense to move.
And we saw that a couple of weeks ago when they played the Alta Hawks. Oh, Malmrose, little trickery, gives it a nice little pooch kick, and that ball just keeps rolling all the way down to about the 9-yard line. Coach, that's not a bad play.
I love that. I love that play. Yeah, it's a great play because the defense has to commit to stopping a play, and then you can just pop it over and no chance for a return, so you don't have to cover. I love that play.
Love
if you've got
that.
a quarterback that can do that, I love that. Yeah, he makes a lot more money than I do too, so probably go with whatever Coach Witt says. But it's not like John L. Smith at Utah State used to do on 3rd down and he would punt. No, that was ridiculous. And then he did it at Michigan State after that.
Brings up a 1st down on the 9-yard line. The Falcons buried deep in their own territory. Let's see if they get a little bit of spark here, get this offense going. Hands off, he cuts up Off to the right side, that's Julius Salima again with the carry, pick up of 5.
Little inside zone. Good job up front by Clearfield. And look, man, that's exactly what they want to do. They want to pick up 5 or 6 yards on first down, burn that clock. And I like this Easton Harmon on the outside as well as Kelly, 2 pretty big receivers for Clearfield. We've already seen Kelly make a couple of plays on the outside, and they've got him man covered.
Barlow out. Nice little catch. That looks like Kelly on that far side.
There's your mismatch right there. There's your guy that's going to beat their guy almost every time. And so if you're Clearfield, you're trying to scheme it so that you can put him in a position typically to the short side of the field where they're going to give him man coverage. Either that or you force Bountiful to commit a safety over the top of him, and it opens up that run game a little bit.
Brings up a first down and 10 on about the 23-yard line for the Falcons offense.
So now they're going to do the same thing where they bunch to the short side, and now they're going to leave him out man cover, wide side.
Oh, Kelly's got himself a set of hands. They hand up off over that short side of the field, and not much pickup on that carry.
No, but now they've seen it. Now they see how Bountiful's going to play that bunch to the short side of the field. And if they're going to leave that safety in the middle of the field and 11 on their big guy on the outside on Kelly, that's probably a look that they like.
Bring up second down and 10. Barlow checks over to the sideline.
Bountiful's bouncing this safety out a little bit.
Barlow, plenty of time. And right in the arms of Alsop. And he's on his feet, and he is heading and finally tripped up about the 8-yard line. And the first turnover of the game for the Falcons is going to be costly. Bountiful's going to have great field position.
Yeah, it's just sometimes you just don't throw the ball, right? Sometimes that linebacker to the short side, especially when you're trying to throw in a sit route into a zone to the short side of the field, there's just not very much room, and I think he just lost track of Alsop there.
And he threw it over there on that short side of the field, and it just seemed like it was all bunched up over.
Yeah, I think he just lost sight of him.
Well, the Redhawks will start on their 9-yard line with great field possession. Mamerle's in the backfield with Murdoch. He hands right off, and once again they go to that run game, and Murdoch keeps those feet turning all the way down to the 2-yard line.
Inside trap. Love it. Pull the guard, kick that end out. Then I expect you're going to see, if they don't score on this run, they're going to run it 2 more times.
That's just in that Red Hawk blood.
Yeah.
Run.
It's a Bountiful DNA.
Murdoch once again in the backfield. Sends Alsop in and out. Looks like they're going to carry here to this near side. And great little wrap-up by the Falcon defense. That's number 27, Drew Taylor, for the tackle.
Yeah, nice job. You got to have a guy step up. You know, the ball's on the 1-yard line. You're bringing everybody. You've got to just sell out, and if your guy gets through, makes a play, great. It's just so difficult to stop an offense from the 1-yard line. So
bring up a third down and goal on the 1-yard line. Oh, looks like they're going to go with Malmrose right under center. I like this. Murdoch just punches it in for another Red Hawk touchdown.
Yeah, they brought a couple of big uglies in to block for him in full house backfield. Power football there by Bountiful. Good job getting into the end zone.
Cooper Coleman out to try the PAT, and it is up and good. Redhawks take a 14-0 lead with 6:59 left in the second quarter. We'll be right back here on the KSL Sports Rewind. 6:59 left in the second quarter. Coleman will kick that ball off. And a little of a pooch kick on it. That's number 11, Zach Clow, plowing his way up on that left side. Nice little pickup on that return.
Typically you tell those guys in that second line, just let the ball go to the guys behind you, but not a bad pickup there. You end up the 30 instead of the 25, which is typically where you average. So see if Clearfield can't put something together here. They kind of started to move the ball a little bit before the interception on the last drive.
Let's see if they can go back to their guy, Kelly. Like to see them get Landon Hiddle a little more involved. Whoa.
Double pass.
Double pass. Oh, it's up. Uh-oh. Could be in trouble. Oh, what an interception by Will Smoot. Got up and picked that ball off for the Redhawks.
Pretty good arm. Landon Hiddle threw the ball a long ways in the air. Just Bountiful didn't bite for that. You know, they didn't bite on that. I like the call. I mean, look, you got to do everything you can to try and win the football game. You're going to pull out every stop. You're going to pull out every play you've got. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, but I like the fact that they made the play call.
I like the creativity. We'd like to give a shout out to one of our great sponsors here on the KSL Rewind, Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spin Rewards checking account with 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It is a big deal. Member FDIC. The Redhawks will start on their 25. Quick little pass out here. That's Ivan Davis. And they finally take him down about the 42-yard line. That was a great pass by Malmrose.
Found the soft spot in the cover 2 defense. Clearfield's cover 2, which means that safety's going to release at the 45-degree angle right at the snap. And once that outside receiver clears the corner, there's a little soft spot in that cover 2 zone, and you've got to stick it in there. Malmrose did a really nice job putting that ball on the line. A lot of times the younger quarterback will make a mistake and put a little bit too much air into that. Gives the safety time to get over the top.
Yeah, and this Bountiful offense is looking fantastic this first half. It looks like Coach Caputo wants to think about this. 6:11 left in the second quarter. We'll step aside here on KSLSports.com. Bountiful High School, the Larry Wall Stadium. This is a beautiful setting up here.
Played against Larry Wall.
Beautiful field. First down and 10. Malmrose, plenty of time. He's got that ball, and once again, wide open. Ivan Davis, touchdown, Redhawks.
Yeah, Clearfield coaches are going to be talking about eye discipline with their defensive backs on that. They all stared into the backfield. Just let receivers run right past him. He had another open receiver in the seam on the other side. Really nice throw, good, efficient start for the Bountiful offense.
Coleman out to attempt the PAT. High snap, gets it down, and Coleman puts it through, which puts the Redhawks up 21-0 on the Falcons. And you're Coach Caputo. You're down 21 first half. How do you energize your players over there on the sideline?
Well, I think their focus has to be, okay, let's go get a first down. Let's get a first down. Let's get another first down. And if they can somehow get the ball in the end zone before the end of the half and they go cut the lead down and they can hold Bountiful, you know, that's something to build on. And it's been a while, you know, for Clearfield. It's had some tough years at Clearfield over, you know, for the last while. when I played against Clearfield, they were stout.
And
they were really good.
Listen, I'm a Bonneville Laker alum, 89, and I'm telling you what, there were a lot of good fights in the parking lot after with that Clearfield team.
I think it was Bonneville that was the problem. I don't think it was Clearfield or Layton. I think it was the Bonneville kids.
I don't know who those rowdy kids were, but
yeah, those were good
big
years.
Names like Dyson and
Kevin and Andre.
Yeah, they were fantastic back in the day. The other is that, a number of years ago they split the high schools, and a lot of their stud players went out to Syracuse. And knowing that, Fremont Westfield going through it right now kind of depletes a lot of those programs and allows for them to rebuild.
Yeah, that's a tough spot to be. I was at Alta when Corner Canyon was built. And so, you see that split. And it was about 2/3 went to Corner Canyon and a third stayed at Alta. And you have to have something outstanding. You've got to get a coach that kids want to come in and play for to be able to maintain a program when it splits from a school like that, especially when you're in a non-growth type of an area. So, yeah, tough few years for Clearfield.
The first down on the 25, quick little pass. Oh, just not on the same page with Zane Bassett on that. But I liked the throw because it got it out quick.
Yeah, he got it out quick. I think he was looking for a 6-yard sit, and it looked like he was open down the sideline as well. But, things are building. There's a lot of kids in the program, more kids at Clearfield than at, some of these bigger programs, East and Timpview, that they're dwindling. Clearfield looks like they're healthy. They're getting kids into the program, and they've, three good wins this year for them.
Second down and 10 for the Falcons. Barlow. Oh, here comes Zeke on that corner and takes him down for a loss of about 6 yards.
Yeah, that's the one blitz that you don't account for, right? As an offensive line and a running back, you don't account for that corner, and so you've got to have an answer to that. Your quarterback has to recognize that, and I just don't think he saw that.
Yeah, and Zeke, he's a senior. He's 5'9", 177, but, boy, he was quick as a cat on that coverage. Brings now up a third down and 15 for Barlow and the Falcons offense.
Yeah, they're going to get a penalty.
Looks like coach is going to have to burn a timeout to save the play. 5:08 left in the second quarter. We'll be right back here on KSL Sports.com. Welcome back in. Third down and 15 for the Falcons.
I think you just got to find Kelly. I mean, they're going to double team him.
Boy, he's been great tonight. They got Kelly listed at 5'10". When I was down on the field, oh, nice one-hand grab by Zane Bassett on that catch.
Yeah, a little 5-yard speed out. Didn't have the yardage, obviously, to pick up the first down, but a pretty nifty catch, one-handed. Kept his feet in.
Brings a little confidence to that Falcon offense. And the Falcons are going to be out to punt that ball. Taysom Fisher. Zeke Murdoch back to receive. Boy, they got a lot of players on this Redhawks that play both sides of the field. Almost blocked by the Redhawks.
Yeah, they're hunting tonight.
Boy,
they're going to get
Zeke
one of those.
Testing it out on that bounce, picks up about 3 on that return.
Penalty behind the play. Looks like Bountiful's going to get called for a late hit. Been a pretty clean game so far. I like this officiating group. Good group out there tonight, and they've kind of let the teams play.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to our UHSAA officials tonight. Our referee Todd Clark, our umpire Robert Crowell, line judge Brett Rudai. Hope I said that right, Brett. Linesman Doug Nye, back judge Todd Lyman. Thank you for your service in officiating. We know that it doesn't always go acknowledged.
Yeah, I coached for a lot of years in high school football, and we really have good officials here in the state of Utah. Utah County, we always complained about their officials down there, but probably because all the teams we played in Utah County were so good.
And you knew, was it Todd Lyman?
Todd, yeah. Todd's been around the Alta program for a lot of years. His son Cole played quarterback for us a few years back.
We were talking before the game, and I was really interested to hear of how much film that the officials watch before a game, that they're doing prepping just like both sides of the field. Oh, nice little breakthrough. Oh, and he lets that ball go. It goes into the end zone, and Clearfield picks it up. And Lowe cannot believe that just happened.
Bryson Ridge for the Falcons chased him down, caused the fumble. It goes out of the end zone, recovered by the Falcons. Clearfield's going to have the ball at the 20-yard line. That's a big play right there.
Big play. What an athletic play to catch up because Lowe was gone.
Oh, wait. They must have been calling him down. They
called
him down. Okay.
Called him down.
Still, touchdown saving tackle by Bryson Ridge.
Bring up a first down on the 11.
Yeah, they're going to run that same play. They've got numbers left.
Confidence, they give it right back to Lowe. He just pushes right up that gut. And touchdown, Redhawks. Took a while for those officials to call that. Way to get it back to Lowe.
Yeah, they had double tight end on the left side, and Clearfield didn't adjust defensively, bounce another guy over there. They just had more guys than Clearfield had defenders. Good play call there by Bountiful. They just went back to the same play a couple of times. Once they didn't, they saw that there was no adjustment. They just ran the same play twice. Good job up front by Bountiful.
Cooper Coleman out to kick again. Up and good. 28-0. Redhawks over the Falcons. We will be right back here on the KSL Network. And Dave, without Saiki Fekatoa, boy, this Bountiful team has got to have confidence knowing what they're doing out on the field, leading 28-0.
Yeah, they've done a good job up front. Good job running the ball. They've got a couple of open receivers down the sideline. They've done a good job executing, and I think they're going to like the opportunity. They're able to see some of these other kids in pressure situations, how they're going to respond. Of course, you really want to get your guy back for the next round.
Looks like Kirkman out on the outside. Picks up a nice little return on that, which will set up first down on the 32-yard line for the Falcons.
Yeah, pretty good return. It looked like he had a seam there for just a second, and then Bountiful did a good job closing that up. So, again, if you're Clearfield, you just move the ball. Let's get a first down. Let's get some positive things up front. They've got to figure out a double team up front, because 72's killing them.
Yeah, Manu's just getting in and putting so much pressure on him.
It just makes it so much easier for those linebackers. You got a guy like that up front that requires a double team. The linebackers have free run right at the.
Got an empty set here. Little pass in and out of the hands of Sean Brand. We haven't called Brand's name all that much tonight. I'd love to see him get some carries and run that ball.
They had that one set up really nicely. So basically it was an empty set, but they had four receivers on one side, and Bountiful didn't adjust. They had numbers. If he catches that ball, he had a good block on the point. It's probably a 10-yard pickup. He's got to make that play.
Bring up 2nd and 10. Barlow has got some time, under pressure now. Escapes out to that far side and picks up about 3 on that play.
Sometimes that's your best play. I mean, we haven't seen him escape the pocket and pick up yards running, but there's been a couple of times where I think he could have done that and picked up some yards, maybe extended a drive or two. But It's easy to say when you're standing up here and you don't have defensive linemen chasing you down, but I'd like to see maybe pull that ball down, pick up a couple yards once in a while.
Yeah, Barlow, they got him at 6 foot, 180 pounds. He's got some good size out there. Oh, we've got some flags, laundry out on the field. Looks
Bountiful's
like
linebacker faked like he was coming, and I think the left tackle flinched.
Going to cost the Falcons 5 on that play. 3:48 left in the first half. Bring up a second down and about 15 for the Falcons offense.
Barlow hasn't taken a deep drop. And I think that if he took a deep drop, it would get those defensive ends further upfield and give them a little better running lane. Now, that's what you want your quarterback to do, but
he looks like he's going. He's got his receiver over on the far side, and once again, that's Kelly. He's made some great catches tonight for the Falcons.
Yeah, nice little comeback on the sideline there. Gives him a 4th and 2. I expect Clearfield's probably going to go for it. No reason to punt it at this point. Interesting to see what Bountiful does defensively here, if they stay back with 2 safeties and coverage and everybody off, or if they bring it down and load that line of scrimmage up.
Yeah, Kelly looks like he's got 237 yards receiving this year, a couple of touchdowns. The Falcons going 4th and about, say, 3. Puts Hiddle in motion. He's
no.
fumbled that ball.
It's an incomplete
pass.
Yeah. He went behind the back, around the back pass, but it was a forward pass, so that goes as an incompletion. Hey, again, they're pulling out all the stops.
Yeah. Hats off to Coach Caputo, just trying anything that will work out there.
If he catches that ball, he has room to run. So the execution wasn't there, but the play call was.
Boy, I've seen some of these Falcon games, and boy, when Hiddle can break the gap, boy, he has got some speed.
Yeah, that's always the key, finding your fastest guy and get him the ball in space.
So the Redhawks will take over on down. It'll be first down on the 40. Malrose.
Corner.
Oh, in and out of the hands of Davis for an incomplete pass.
Just rolled out there. He had a short, medium, intermediate, and a deep receiver. His corner route from the number 2 receiver was wide open, but running against your body is a tough throw to get it down the field. Left-handed quarterback running to his left, you didn't make that throw, but
yeah. And how do you determine who's your first read, second read, and third read?
Well, you're going to stay consistent. Typically, you're going to go. Some coaches just say short, medium, long. Some coaches tell you to peek deep. I always told my guys peek deep.
Mamro's under pressure, looks to try to escape, but that Falcon defense takes him down for a loss of 7 yards. Great play by the Falcon defense.
Yeah, they need more of that. Yeah, typically when you're reading something like that, your quarterback should have been instructed, okay, look, if it's 3rd and 4, take the first down. Take the first down every time. Unless you see something and you're telling him, sometimes we would give him the look deep, look over the top first and then come back shallow.
Empty back set. Malrose. He's got a guy right up the middle. It's Carter Brooks. Still on his feet, finally taken down for a first down for the Redhawks.
And that defense, everybody just kept dropping and they really didn't come up and defend the pass at all right there.
Look, very, very similar to that play to Alsop over here on this end where he stumbled in for the touchdown.
A lot of times when you get an empty look like that where you've got no running backs, you're looking for your middle guy to split the safeties, and so you're going to try and run routes that pull the safeties out of the middle.
Mamrose once again goes right back to the air. That ball is in and out of the hands of number 27, Drew Taylor. That would have been a big turnover for the Falcons.
If he doesn't touch the ball, Kelly's got it. Kelly's going up to catch that ball. and there was nobody between him and the end zone. I mean, that was we used to say it all the time. When your defense doesn't catch an interception, the next play is the biggest play, because.
And our Lyric Kelly, coach was telling me before the game, they was just playing offense the first 2 or 3 games, and he just has so much athleticism that they had to bring him over on both sides. Short little out pass. Oh, little shake and bake. That's Tidwell running from one side of the field to the other.
So it started as a short side screen, and they sent offensive guard and tackle out to block. But Clearfield rallied, did a really good job defensively, just unable to contain him, and he got back outside on this near side. Good job making something out of nothing there.
Boy, Tidwell went from one side to the other. He might have ran about 60 yards, but only picked up about 4 or 5 on that carry.
So we got 2 safeties. First time we've been in coverage this close to the end zone.
Malmrose rolls out to his right side. Got a guy wide open on the far side. He catches that ball and picks up a couple yards after the catch. That looked like that was Ivan Davis.
Yeah, Kelly was playing corner. He was sitting in the flat. That's his job. Quarterback's rolling right at him. He's kind of in a tough spot. He's either got to come forward and make a play on the quarterback or sit on his guy, and he decides to come forward. Quarterback did a good job putting it right over the top for the first down.
Be 1st and goal for the Redhawks. Like Easton Malmrose. Oh, he's got his receiver, Carter Brooks, over here to the near side. Cuts back in. Touchdown, Redhawks. And we've got Laundry out on the field.
Yeah, back out that time. Did a good job making defenders miss, but I think there's going to be a flag on on Bountiful. No, maybe it's against Clearfield.
And we got all the Bountiful players over on this side raising their hand for a touchdown. That's funny.
Yep, looks like they're gonna get the touchdown.
Face mask. That's another 6 for the Bountiful Redhawks. Boy, they have looked impressive this first half.
Yeah, they've done a good job, and pretty much whoever they've given the ball to has been able to pick up yards, and really that starts with the offensive line. Bountiful believes they can win. Bountiful believes that they can make it through the playoffs, and a team who's, they've been there the last 2 or 3 years at Rice Eccles, they know how to win games. They know how to coach to win. They know they've got that culture of winning that you want to build as a coach and establish as a coach. And so, they're taking care of business tonight against Clearfield, and I think they felt pretty confident that they were going to do that. But their goal is they want to keep going, and there's some tough 5A teams this year.
Yeah, the Bountiful Redhawks, the defending 5A state champions. Coach, you tell me, is there any pressure on a team after winning the championship, or do you just clean slate, you start over? And
I think anytime it's a college or a high school team where, you're just cycling through kids, it's different kids. If you've got a team that had a bunch of juniors and sophomores that played varsity coming back, then yeah. But I think Bountiful lost some games early in the year. They had a tough schedule, and I think people kind of just wrote them off and said it's not the Bountiful we've seen the last few years. But you can't replace that culture of winning and that style that Coach Freckleton's instilled in these kids. And, I wouldn't be surprised to see them make it further than anybody thinks they will.
Yeah, they lost a lot of players from last year's squad, and like you said, they've gone up and down, and boy, they had that big win against the Brighton Bengals. Their defense showed up and just really put the hurt on the Bengals, and then the next week they come out and they got beat by the Titans. It's kind of that up and down consistency I think that Coach Freckleton is looking for at this time of year.
Yeah, and we used to always say it, these are teenage kids, so consistency is sometimes you're not going to get it. It's hard, 16-year-old kids, they've got 50 things going on in their head. And not all of them are football.
Most of them are not football. I know these young men. 1 minute and 20 seconds left in this first quarter. Falcons take over on the 20-yard line. Let's see if they can get a little spark, something maybe before halftime to go into that locker room. Oh, in and out of the hands of Bryson Ridge.
Little whip route where he starts in like he's running a slant, plants, comes back to the sideline. Pretty good throw. It looked like he hit him in the hands. Tough to see if the defender got his hand in there to knock that away.
Clearfield goes quick. Check over to Coach Caputo. Barlow in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Quick little out. He's got a guy in and out of the hands of another receiver. That's Zane Bassett, who's made a couple of good catches tonight.
Yeah, he just needed to commit to his route there. He was there. The throw was there. He just kind of came out of his break a little bit slow, almost like he didn't think he was going to get the ball thrown to him. And the ball was right there. It was a pretty good throw.
Minute left in this second quarter brings up a big 3rd down and 10.
Third down and 10.
Man covered down here at the bottom. If it's me, that's where I'm going. See if that safety comes back down. It looks like he might be up. They're dropping.
Takes that snap. He's looking here near side once again in the hands of Kelly. Makes a catch. Let's see where they spot it. Looks like he's going to have enough for a Falcon first down.
Done a good job. That's the second time he's caught that little 12 back to 10 comeback route on the sideline. That's a real good timing route. Be able to convert that. It's a pretty good play.
Boy, I've been impressed with Kelly's performance this first half.
Yeah, Bountiful's just going one-on-one and a huge cushion down here. Just take this all the way down the field. Now they
Boy,
drop
I'd love to
somebody
see
out.
Hiddle here on the near side get that ball. Oh, he looks. He's under pressure. Looks like big number 78. Sayo Hosea takes him down.
Yeah, he saw the same thing that we did. He thought, okay, I've got a guy out here, soft coverage. And then right at the last second, Carter Brooks dropped out of his linebacker position into that zone. So when he came back to it after the ball was snapped, it wasn't there. Good job not throwing the ball into coverage that time.
Clearfield takes a timeout. We'll step aside here on the KSL Sports Rewind Network. Welcome back in with 37 seconds left on the clock. We've got a flag on the play. Looks like might have a little bit of movement on that Falcon front line. Want to give a big shout out to the Bountiful High School girls soccer team. They won the 5A state championship today. Was listening to that here on the speakers when I got here. Talked to Coach, hey, was your team watching that game? He says, yeah, we were all in the locker room. And I'm like, did it pump your team up? He said, man, that was one of the best motivators that we could have had for a game. Those girls taking home the trophy. Under pressure, Barlow
get the first
gets out, got his guy right there. Oh, in and out of the hands of Kelly. Great defense by Will Smoots.
Pretty good job, kept his eyes downfield, delivered the ball. Just got to convert, make plays. They got to catch the ball. He's had a couple of drops that, you know, when you're in a game like this, you've got to make every play. You've got to step up and just have the confidence in yourself to make that play.
Clock down to 30 seconds. Big 3rd down and looks like about 18 for the Falcons. Barlow under pressure again, and once again, he's going to go down. A couple guys there. Looked like that was Alsop and also Sayo Hosea on that tackle.
Yeah, they just rushed 4, but a little stunt action.
Looks like Bountiful now is going to play the game clock, take a timeout, maybe looking to get that ball back, and we'll step aside here on KSLSports.com. Bring you back into second quarter action. 23 seconds left. Falcons Going to punt that ball. Zeke comes up this near side, gets out of bounds about the 33-yard line. We've got about 12 seconds left. Coach, do you take a shot?
Well, I mean, you took the timeout, so I'm assuming they're gonna take the shot. I don't know. I mean, they've got the 35-point lead in the running clock to start this second half, but maybe it's something that they want to get on film to force the other team, whoever they play next week, to have to spend some practice time defending. Sometimes you want to work your 2-minute offense, and this is really the only live game action that you get a chance to work your 2-minute O. So I'm sure there's a purpose to what they're doing.
First down and 10 on the 32. Mamaros has Zeke in the backfield. He's going to have to scramble out and just throws that ball away. And there's not a receiver within 50 yards of that ball.
Yeah, they ran cover 2 man defensively, so everybody was press man at the line of scrimmage, which the only thing that you can really do to beat that is your quarterback takes off and runs the ball because there's nobody that counts for your quarterback. But, 12 seconds left in the half, the quarterback's not going to pull the ball down and run.
And so what's the rule on that, on intentional grounding, where there was nobody within the area? What is the high school interpretation?
Well, I thought he was in the pocket, and I thought it was going to be a penalty, but I guess they didn't see it.
7 seconds left. He hands off to Zeke, and Zeke just cuts up the middle for a nice pickup and another first down.
Maybe try and get their kicker a chance to get a kick at the end of it.
See what Cooper Coleman can do. Looks like Bountiful is going to take another timeout. We'll step aside as well here on KSLSports.com. Seconds left in this first half, which has been dominated by the Redhawks. Cooper Coleman out to kick, attempt a field goal.
Made a couple of kicks in the pregame, about 30, 35 yards, so we'll see.
Kick is up, and it is blocked by number 97, Bryson Davies for the Clearfield. Boy, and he is one happy camper running up and down that sideline.
Way to go, Bryson. Good job. Something for Clearfield to maybe feel good about going into the half.
Well, that will do it for the first half of play here at Bountiful High School, where the Redhawks lead the Falcons 35-0. We'll be right back for second half action, where the Redhawks just put on just a dominant performance that first half, and they'll look to receive second half. Murdoch takes that ball on the 5. It's 15, he's up 20, cuts through, finally taken down, but a nice 18, 19-yard return for Zeke Murdoch. Coach, down 35-0. How do you play it if you're the Redhawks?
Well, if I'm Bountiful, I'm staying vanilla. There's no need to do anything else. You want to get out of here as healthy as possible, and in the playoffs, that is as big a factor as any other. As pertaining to your success in the playoffs, is you've got to be healthy. And so they want to get out of here as healthy as they can for sure. It's a running clock, so I imagine pretty vanilla stuff. We'll see.
They don't want to give anything to any other team to be able to watch or view, right? Oh, nice little carry. He breaks tackle. Carter Brooks up that right side for about a 35-yard pickup for Carter Brooks.
Yeah, another good job up front by Bountiful. They just, stay polished, stay on top of what you're supposed to do, stay mentally strong, and, for Clearfield, find something memorable to do in your last half of football for the year. They're growing, they're building, things are looking up for Clearfield. So you want to try and find something to build on from the second half here.
Mamaros hands off right to Zeke. Zeke cuts up this left side. And Zeke's got one man to beat. Stiffs arm and finally brought down by number 17 of the Falcon defense, and that's Bryson Ridge. He's had a couple of great tackles.
It looks like this one's probably coming back. Bountiful just goes, split backs power, where they just pull a guard to kick out the end and lead the back through onto a linebacker, and it looks like probably the back got a hold of that linebacker.
Holding penalty on the Redhawks is going to set them back a number of yards, which bring up now a first down and 15 for the Redhawks. Maybe just catch you up on some scores. There are a few other games going on for first-round playoff. In 6A, Layton is up on Cedar Valley 7-0, the only 6A game being played.
Come on, Lancers.
Zeke cuts up this left side, picks up about 5. Are you a Lancer?
Layton High School.
Layton High School?
87, yep.
Oh, man, we've got to share some stories for after-game memorabilia.
Yeah, there's all sorts of Layton Bonneville stories.
Oh, yeah. Some great rivalries back in the day.
Yep.
Second down and 6.
Brings up second down and 6 for Malmrose in the Red Hawk offense. Rolls out to his right side under pressure. Just throws that ball and almost caught by his receiver. Bring up a third down and 6.
Bountiful does a good job of executing that rollout. They've rolled both right and left, but he had all sorts of time to throw the ball. He had a little 12-yard post curl that sat wide open right on the hash mark. You didn't see him. That's kind of a tough throw back against your body, so you've got to plant your feet and come back and throw. It looks like we got a guy down, huh?
Looks like we've got a Falcon down on the field. We'll step aside as well for this injury timeout. Welcome back in. Number 56, Kai Kunloff, able to walk off the field. Good to see him get back up. Bring up a third down and 6 for the Redhawks.
Shout out to some watch parties, Pam and Shane from Parowan watching, Tanya, Nancy up in Logan.
Coach Caputo said he had his family out in Nashville, his brother, watching it here on KSLSports.com. Nice little run up here on the left side. That's Max Feller for the Redhawks.
These KSL Rewind games are so fun to go back and watch. We were fortunate at Alta when my youngest son Hayden played. They did all the games, and so we can still go back on YouTube and watch those games from 8, 9, 10 years ago, and it sure is a lot of fun to see that. And we've heard last week we had somebody from Ford to listen to, this week Nashville. So nice that there's all these people that are able to participate in this and see their kids and grandkids play.
First down and 10 on the 20. Zeke Murdoch cuts it right up the middle. And once again, Murdoch doing his thing. Touchdown, Redhawks.
Little GT counter, pulled the guard, the tackle. Guard kicks the end out, tackle comes up inside, seals that inside linebacker. Really just wide open into the end zone.
Boy, I love the speed on Zeke Murdoch.
So they just announced here in the stadium that if they win, Bountiful will play at West Jordan. Just ran into a good friend, Ron Halbert, the head coach of West Jordan, who's here watching this ball game. So Bountiful will likely travel to West Jordan next week.
Coach, how important is it in playoffs to have home field advantage?
I don't know that it's a huge deal. We were talking about West at West. That's a big home field advantage. That place is rocking. And there are some other places that get going pretty good. But really, the way the RPI is, it's just kind of a crapshoot as far as, how accurate those rankings are, because
different regions, different teams.
I've never been a big fan of the RPI, so I liked it when you had to earn your way into the playoffs, and if you're not in the top 4 in your region, you're not getting in, and so there was something to play for every single week. But it's just hard. Max Preps does a pretty good job, I think, in their rankings, and KSL Rewind guys, Dane does a fantastic job. But the RPI, for whatever reason, I'm good at math, and I don't
kind of
know what their
miscue the
math
times.
is. Yeah, there was one year we had a bye the last week, and the week before we were 11, and ended up as a 21 seed going to Uinta. Somebody made somebody at the High School Activities Association upset, I think. And so we dropped 10. So who knows? The RPI, it's tough to say if really West Jordan's going to be favored over Bountiful next week. It's
as a number 8 seed
against
9. Yeah.
But it is nice not to have to travel for sure.
Yeah. Coleman kicks off. Goes right in the hands of Ridge. Ridge cuts up to the left side. A little bit of momentum. He's to the 40. Cuts back in. Oh, he gave his fans something to cheer about on that sideline all the way up to the 44-yard line for Bryson Ridge.
Good job. He was patient, waited for some blocks, kept his eyes upfield. Good job. Probably the best play for Clearfield all night right there.
Want to take this time to thank one of our sponsors here on the KSL Rewind. Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It is a big deal. Member FDIC. Well, the Falcons will start on the 44, probably their best field position of all game.
There we go.
Barlow takes that ball, cuts up the left side, picks up a first down and more. Boy, I'd love to see a lot more of that.
Zane Bassett, fantastic block on the outside. Good job. That's really the first designed quarterback run we've seen from Clearfield. Probably their best play from scrimmage. So, some good things happening right now for Clearfield. And again, a lot of these kids are seniors. They're looking for something positive to take with them off this last game.
6:13 left in the third quarter. We'll have a running clock for the remainder of the game. First down and 10 on the 40. Barlow hands right off, and Sean Brandt is stopped for a loss of about 2. Nice defensive stance by the Redhawks.
Yeah, the defensive line again that time for Bountiful, just one up front. Clearfield's probably starting to get a little tired. A lot of these guys go both ways. Bountiful probably could put some of the younger kids in. I know that they dressed a bunch of sophomores today. They had about, it looked to me like 75, 80 kids out there.
Well, they had a lot of kids at the first of the game, yep. Brings up a second down and 13. Barlow rolls to his right. He's got a guy wide open. Right there. Landon Hiddle with a great reception, and it's good to call his name for the Falcons.
Barlow with a really nice play fake that time. Froze the defensive end. He was able to get outside, get his shoulder square, and get the ball delivered downfield. By far the best Clearfield drive of the night.
Yeah, Hiddle, 5 touchdown reception on the year, 415 yards. Their top receiver for this Falcon offense. Barlow throws out. Left that ball high. And once again, Kelly just goes up to catch that ball and bring it down. But the Falcons, they got lucky right there.
Yeah, Barlow did a good job. He recognized that Bountiful was jumping the route, and he just put enough air over the top. Was able to complete the pass for 5 yards. And again, any way you can get the ball to Kelly. Now, the closer you get, once you get down here at 15, 20-yard line, you can run a bang 8 post, a hard post to the short side or to the far side. And it looks like they're going to get the coverage they want.
Right here on Kelly on the near side, single coverage. Barlow hands off to Brandt. Brandt cuts it right up the middle. Nice run for a first down for the Falcons.
A little Clearfield power right there. And again, just as we said, it looked like they were starting to get tired. Now run a couple of good balls down the field. They're inside the 10.
First and goal.
First and goal for the Falcons.
Yeah, heck, no need to look for your receiver on the outside if you can run the ball like that. Although they do, up top, have Kelly single coverage.
He's looking to throw. He's got his guy in the corner. Looks like that is a little bit of too much holding, and flags come out on that call.
Yeah, that's just Kelly's just a little bigger and a little stronger, and it's a tough cover out there for anybody, but especially when you're outsized a little bit like that. I like the play call. Although I like going to Kelly there. I'm not a big fan of a fade, inside the 5 or 10 yard line. Some people love that play, but I've never been a big fan of it.
A penalty on Mason Tidwell.
Kind of like to see that quarterback power again, where he just follows his fullback.
Boy, he looked good on that
side,
run.
yeah. It looks like they've got it.
Looks like it's now first down and goal. Looks like they're on about the 5 yard line. Boy, hands off here to the near side. And that's Brandt brought down. Looks like he picked up maybe one on that carry.
Yeah, 2 hands on the ball. He was not going to fumble it. His dad probably told him for the game, if you touch it, make sure you don't fumble it. That's what we got right there.
Great opportunity for the Falcons. Second down and goal on about the 4 yard line.
Again, I think, anytime they want to try and go to Kelly on a slant, they're going to have that. They just got to watch that linebacker flow into there.
Got him down here in the corner.
Reverse.
Right there. Landon Hiddle, touchdown, Falcons.
Nice little reverse there. Wrinkle off of that action that they had the last couple of plays where they went that reverse. Good job on the outside by the Clearfield offensive line. Seal that end, and he walked in.
Well, now Clearfield student body over there is letting them know they appreciate that great play.
Yeah, good for Hiddle. Senior, chance to go out on a high note like that, getting it in the end zone in a playoff game. It's a big deal.
Looks like that the Falcons are lining up to go for 2. Hiddle in motion. Brings it up.
Oh, he
looks like he no good. Boy, that was close, Coach. That was really close.
Boy, it looked like he had it, and somebody just got a hold of his foot, tripped him up.
Boy, I thought tie goes to the runner on that one. 2:11 left in the third quarter. Redhawks up 42-6 over the Falcons. We'll step aside for a short break.
Functional law, Rockwell time, and team up. Give your support, Bountiful.
Welcome back. 2:11 left. Let's go through a couple more scores. Some 5A playoffs tonight. Alta 49-7 over the Roy Royals, just putting a thumping on them. Timpview 34-15. We've got a tie game.
Who'd Timpview play?
Timpview Wasatch.
Wasatch, okay.
Northridge, Pleasant Grove, all tied up at 7. Oh. It's got to be a flag, right?
Yeah, I'm no official, but I typically when a guy spins all the way around by the face mask, they're going to call that.
Twirled him around.
He's going to have a sore neck tomorrow.
So give the Redhawks great field position off of this penalty.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this 5A bracket plays out. Fremont's a good team up north. Solesimo and Manasseh Tuatagaloa, really good pair there.
Boy, a lot of athleticism between those two.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable.
And then West, I think West is, they're loaded. They're
They
loaded
look
defensively,
good.
offensively. Their bigs are good. Their skills are good, and I think that their coaching staff, they've really got an aggressive mentality. And then Orem, I think Orem's another one that, probably is right in the driver's seat as a favorite as well. Pretty good job getting outside right there. Picks up 8 on the carry to the outside. Really impressed with Bryson Davies for Clearfield. He's not only done a good job on the field doing his job, but he's picked his teammates up on a bunch of occasions where somebody's made a play and he's the first guy in there to congratulate him. I like watching him. Big kid.
2nd down and 5 for the Redhawks.
Corner blitz coming from the top.
Malmrose looks like he's changing the play up a bit. Hands off to the right side. Picks up a 1st down for the Redhawks. Looked like that was 21 Carter Brooks with that carry. Just a few more scores on tonight's first-round playoffs. Olympus up 21-0 over Cyprus. Spanish Fork 14, Hunter 0. Looks like Westfield 14-0 over the Viewmont Vikings. And we'll get to some 4A playoff games here in a few minutes.
Quarter.
Looks like this quarter is going to run all the way down as the clock strikes 0. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. The Redhawks up 42-6. Welcome back in to the start of the 4th quarter here at Bountiful High. Redhawks hands up to the left side, breaks out, twirls around. That's number 21, Carter Brooks, with a couple impressive runs.
I think Brooks scores right there if his receiver's not standing in his way.
Yep. He had to do a little tiptoeing around him to
The
get around.
receiver's out there trying to decide if he should block or if he should just look at the guy. And
1st down.
For a playoffs East 41, Murray 27.
Ooh.
Skyview 69, final over Juan Diego 14. Malmrose hands right back off to Brooks. Brooks cuts up this right side, picks up 5.
Yeah, they're just in zone right, zone left, zone right, zone left. Depends on which house they're up. Trying to get out of here healthy.
Yeah, and without Seiki Fekitoa in it, it's great that these other guys are getting this amount of carries, getting a little bit more confidence to get ready for the next round of playoffs.
Yeah, West Jordan's going to have their hands full with Fekitoa, but, Coach Halbert does a really good job with those Jaguars, and I expect that's going to be a good football game.
Once again, looks like picks up 4 on that carry.
GT counter again, the same thing they scored on in the 3rd quarter. A little better job defensively there for Clearfield. Clearfield's doing a pretty good job keeping everything in front of them. Of course, down 42-6. They're just hoping that they can make a play, come up with a turnover, do something.
3rd down and short for the Redhawks. 9:57 left in the 4th quarter. Goes right back to Carter Brooks. Brooks cuts up, and there's no one to beat. Touchdown, Redhawks.
Wore them down right there. They just kept pounding and pounding. And, when you've got a good offensive line like that, you might get stopped on a play or two, but eventually you're going to get in the end zone. A good job again by the Bountiful offensive line. pretty vanilla stuff. They're just going zone right, zone left, counter right, counter left, power right, power left.
And just wearing down that defensive line. Coleman out to add one more to the scoreboard. Good hold, and whoa, barely gets it up and over the pipes. It's the Redhawks 49, the Clearfield Falcons 6. With 9:36 left in the quarter, we'll step aside here on the KSL Sports Rewind. Shot of the Falcons. They're staying here. Their student body is staying to the end, supporting their team. That's great to see their student body.
Yeah, one of the great things about there's some schools that, they're getting blown out, and those kids stayed till the bitter end. Hats off to the Clearfield crowd here tonight. And they dressed appropriately in green.
Green. Lots of green. A sea of green over there. That was Cooper Daly on the return for the Falcons with decent field position. Looks like they'll be around the 34-yard line. A couple more scores. Highland 21 over Dixie, 0. Salem Hills up a touchdown over Mountain View. Timpanogos 14, Bear River 0. Mountain Crest 14, Uena 7. No score in the Green Canyon Desert Hill game, and Skyline up just a touchdown over Tooele. Barlow under center. Pitches it back. Oh, and it fumbled. That ball's on the ground.
First we've seen him under center in I formation. Not surprised that there's a mishandle of the ball. A lot of times if you're a shotgun team and then you go under center once in a while, there's a lot of exchange problems there. You've really got to master that in practice.
Looks like we've got a injured cramp. It looks like our officials taking over a little of the PT duties out there. Like, let me help you, son.
Yeah, they do it all, those officials.
We get to a couple more scores. 3A playoffs. Canyon View 10, Ogden 7, North Pete 30, Union 14. The Ben Lomond Scotties getting beat 21-0. Juab, Carbon 13, Grantsville 14, and Richfield 28-0 over the Logan Grizzlies.
Boy, Ben Lomond's had a tough couple of weeks up there. Ty Smith, new head coach, came out from Mississippi. Coached down there for a lot of years. He spent a couple of years at Alta with us back in the early 2010s, and glad to see him back in Utah. And hopefully he's able to turn that Scots program around.
Yeah, replacing Coach Nate Tuatagaloa. Coming down over to Fremont Silverwalls.
Halfback pass.
Oh, nice pass. And just over the outside the hands of Hiddle. Oh, man, that would have been an unbelievable play.
Yeah, he had it. He
really
was there.
A great throw by Barlow.
Just barely over the fingertips.
Bring up a third down and about 5 for the Falcons.
15.
Third down and 15. Barlow back in shotgun. Throws out to the flat. He was looking for that double pass again. He got kind of held up. You see that ball out in his right hand. Lucky to get that knocked down, but the Falcons still going to the creativity in the playbook.
Coach Caputo's he's on the back side of his play sheet at the bottom with all the specials, and he's just going down the row. All right, tried that one, didn't work. We'll try this next one. Like, heck, let's go fake punt right here.
And a big shout out to Coach Caputo's family out there in Tennessee watching here on the KSL Sports Rewind. Looks like Jason Fisher out to punt.
Oh, yeah.
It is a little fake, a little short pass over, and the Redhawks read that like a book.
How'd it go? Well, I mean, like I said, they're on the back of the play sheet. They're going through all their specials. He's like, all right, we got 3 more. He's going to get to those in the next drive.
Love it by Coach Caputo.
Yeah, you spend all this time practicing those plays in practice, and there's been years where we practice a play every week the whole year and we never run it. So hats off, he got his plays in.
Bountiful will have great field position on the 22-yard line. Looks like coaches going to some of his younger kids right now. New quarterback for the Bountiful Redhawks. That's Madden Parks, the junior quarterback, taking his first snap of the game on a quarterback keep. He cuts up the left side. Oh, what a story. He gets all the way in and stopped at the 1-yard line for the young quarterback.
Big athletic kid. He ran really well. He read it perfect. Got outside. Just about got it to the end zone.
I love that call, too. Brand new quarterback in, and he runs a keep on him.
Sometimes you get a young kid in, and you want him to get hit. Let him take their first hit. Let him feel what it's like to be in that varsity game. And I know he's played already some varsity, but it's good to see him make a nice play right there.
Parks goes under center, little keep, and he waiting for the call, and he gets driven back, and it looks like he's going to be short again at the 1-yard line. Boy, that looked close.
Yeah, it sure did. Good on Clearfield. They're not just letting him walk in. I mean, he's got the ball 2 plays at the 1-yard line. Make nice stop right there. Again, and it's so tough as it, for a defense, the ball's on the 1-yard line. You just have to send every single gap's got to have somebody and just hope that they don't play action, because if they play action, typically there's somebody standing in the end zone wide open.
He's
going to run it.
Go right in. And they stop him again.
Did not get it.
Boy, that's 3 tries, same play. Big shout out to the Clearfield defense.
Cooper Delgado, I think, was the one that made the play. They just can't move him off the ball.
He's another senior. What a great moment for him to be able to get in there and push him off.
2 times he beat the double team, makes a stop at the goal line.
It looks like we've got a timeout out on the field. We'll step aside here on the KSL Sports Rewind. Welcome back in. 5:09 left in the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 1. It feels like it's almost Groundhog Day over again. And once again, they go right up the middle, and looks like he's got it now. Madden Parks for a touchdown. Boy, you got some of these new players on just coming off the field excited and cheering, and what a great moment for some of those young players.
Yeah, those young players and their parents that are here and their families. Nice to be able to see your kid on the field on a Friday night, playoff week especially. So.
Coleman will come out for the extra point. And that is up and good for Cooper Coleman. .448 left in the 4th quarter. Let's see what the Clearfield Falcons, their last drive was really impressive. They moved really the length of that field in a pretty short amount of time. You saw the confidence building.
Yeah, we'll see if they got any more trick plays up the sleeve.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I'm sure all the seniors are in. This is the time. It's like, game's over. Get all the seniors in the ball game. Make sure they get every rep the rest of the way.
Yeah, and a big shout out to all our high school coaches, both here on the Bountiful side and the Clearfield side. a lot of time goes into coaching, and a lot of people just don't understand the aspect of that. When you're a coach, especially a head coach, boy, it's a 24/7 job. You don't stop thinking about the game, and they put in so much time. So big shout out, recognize all of our coaches throughout the state of Utah.
Yeah, we've got some good coaches here, and you spend so much time with these kids. You love them. You love these kids. They're like your own kids, and
Oh, big hit on number 7. Do you think that was an intentional
it looked
onside?
like it. It looked like he was trying to ricochet the ball off the front line.
Boy, Easton Harmon took a licking, but he's walking off, shaking, doing a little bit of dancing because he's like, Coach, I held on to that ball.
Yeah. He's glad that he's walking off because he could have got ripped on that play.
First and 10.
The 1st and 10. Yeah, we've got some young players, some new players out there for the Falcons. Good to see them getting a little bit of playing time at the end of this game. That's number 6, Keon Andreasen, the sophomore quarterback, getting his first rep of the game.
A couple of times we've seen that quarterback keeper, design quarterback run, where it's just a quarterback power. You follow your guard and you're running back through the hole. So nice pickup there.
Got 3:45 left. Dave, as we get finishing up this game here, keep in the back of your mind, you've got a selected tab, sticker helmet, player of the game. Falcons just run. Nice pickup. Looks like a pickup of about 6.
Bountiful spread the ball around quite a bit tonight. I don't know. It's going to be a tough one to pick. There's 4 or 5 guys that had really nice games.
Yeah.
Alsop had a nice game on defense, both defensively and offensively.
Third down and 1.
Yeah, we hope Saiki Fekatoa gets back healthy this next week.
Sounds like that's the plan, according to the coaching staff, that we're going to kind of hold him off tonight.
Little pitch to the outside. Nice little cut up for a first down for the Falcons. That was number 21, Tayson Fisher, doing a little bit of everything out there on the field.
First time they tried that I formation pitch sweep, they fumbled the ball. So good to see him able to execute that the second time around.
2:21 left in the 4th quarter. In 1st and 10 on the 41. Let's see if the Falcons can't punch this back of the end zone. Throws the ball right over. He's got a guy and taken down immediately. But nice hands to hold on to that ball. It looked like that's number
Cooper Daly, I think, 83.
83, Cooper Daly.
Boy, he saw
His eyes got big.
He felt that defender coming, and he held on to it. You'll see a lot of kids alligator arm that ball. He hung on to that, took a shot, picked up 9. Minute and a half left in the ball game.
Andreasen hands it right off, and that Redhawk defense just swarms. Takes down for a loss of about 6 on the play.
Number 39, Ty Morrell.
That was number 39, Ty Morrell. First one on the tackle.
Third down and 4.
Bountiful did a really good job tonight. They came out, they took care of business, they did what they had to do. They, missing their best guy, and they still dominated both sides of the ball.
They come out healthy.
Yeah, and they come out healthy. Hopefully, we haven't really seen anybody on their cramps. And, it's tough sledding for Clearfield, but you know what, their effort was really good.
And big shout out once again to the student body of Clearfield Falcons. They've stayed the whole entire game. They've just cheered on their team the whole entire game, even being down as much as they are. And another great stop by the Redhawks. And that should be it. 8 seconds and counting, and it looks like that will be it. Final score of this game, Redhawks 56, Clearfield 6. Dave, let's talk about the Tab Bank Helmet Sticker Player of the Game. Who do you got for tonight's game?
I think we've got to give it to the Bountiful quarterback, Hudson Malmrose. He drove the bus. He shifted the gears right. He made good decisions with the ball. He took care of it and did a good job distributing it. And when he had open guys, he found them.
Boy, and he had a lot of good tires out there running that ball for him. And what an impressive win by Bountiful without Feketoa, and great confidence going into their second round of playoffs next Friday night. That will do it for us here at Larry Walsh Stadium here on the KSL Sports Network. I'm Brad Searle with Dave Harrison and Doug Jardine on the camera. Thank you for joining us here on KSLSports.com.